Hello, my dear students. So, we are continuing with the chapter soil. This is your chemistry chapter, and today we will be learning another new topic of the same chapter. So, what we are going to learn today? Today, we are going to learn the two things. Number one is the composition of soil, that is, what a soil consists of, and then we will learn about what? We will learn about the types of soil. Now, composition of soil. Now, the soil, it is made up of a different sized rock particle along with the humus. I hope all of you know what is a humus. It is a fertile organic matter which is formed by the decomposition of dead and decaying bodies of plants and animals, and this job it is done by the decomposers which inhabits in the soil, right? Now, in addition to their other functions, the rock particles present in the soil also provide mineral salts needed for plant growth. As we all know that rock, it contains what? It contains several minerals, right? Now, air, water and living organisms, they are also essential components of a fertile soil. So, thus a soil, it is made up of 6 components. What are that? Rock particles. Rock particle, it can vary between different sizes. Then minerals, then humus, air, water and living organisms, right? Now, on the basis of their sizes, as I said you that rock particle, it can be of various sizes. Now, on the basis of their sizes, now these rock particles present in the soil can be divided mainly into 4 groups. What are the 4 groups? Number 1 is clay, number 2 silt, number 3 sand, number 4 gravel. Okay, clay, silt, sand and gravel. Now, we have to know about this. What is clay, what is silt, what is sand, what is gravel. Now, what is a clay? The smallest rock particles present in the soil in the form of clay. So, what we can say? We can say clay has the smallest size rock particles in it. Okay. Since the size of clay particle is very small, we cannot able to see the clay particle, single clay particle. Okay. So, because of its very small particles, clay, it feels very smooth to touch. Okay. Number 2 is silt. What is silt? The rock particles which are little larger than the clay particles are called what? Are called silt. The smallest size rock particle is what? Clay. After that it comes what? After that it comes silt. Okay. Now, due to its slightly bigger sized particle, the silt, it is not as smooth as clay. Okay. Actually, what happens? The size of the silt particles, it is in between the size of clay and sand. Okay. That is, the size of the silt particles is bigger than that of the clay particles, but smaller than those of the sand particles. Okay. Where the silt is found? Silt occurs as a deposit in river beds. Okay. And the silt, it is very, very fertile. Whichever soil contains more silt, as because it is rich in more humus as well as minerals. Okay. So, it makes the soil, or it turns the soil more fertile. Okay. Flood is a natural calamity, we all know. Okay. So, flood in rivers, it deposits the silt from the rivers in the field. Okay. Next comes what? Next comes sand. What is a sand? The rock particles in soil which are larger than silt particles, it forms what? It forms sand. Thus, the sand is made up of the particles which are larger than silt. Okay. So, the smallest one is what? Clay, followed by silt. Now, little larger than silt is what? Is sand. So, as it is quite large, sand particles, each of the single sand particle you can easily see. Okay. And since it is large sized particle, so therefore it is rough or coarse in touch. Okay. Next comes what? Next comes gravel. Simply the gravels are what? Gravels are the small rock particles. Okay. That is the largest size rock particles present in the soil are called what? Are called gravel. Okay. Gravel, they are, as I said you, kind of tiny stone. Okay. The amount of gravel present in a good topsoil is very, very small. Okay. So, according to the size particles, first comes, that is the smallest part is what? Is clay. Then comes what? Silt, then sand, then gravel. So, one activity also all of you can do, where you can find these layers. What you can do? Suppose in your home only, what you can do, you just take a long gas jar. Actually gas jar, it is not available in your home, mostly it is found in the laboratory. So simply you take one glass, okay, a glass for drinking water. Simply you take a glass, okay, and fill the glass 3/4 with water, okay. Now from your nearby area, you just take a lump of soil, okay, take a lump of soil, okay, approximate you can say 50 grams to 100 grams, okay. Now put the soil into the water in the glass, okay. Now stir the contents of the glass with a glass rod, or if like spatula or spoon, whatever is available in your home, you just stir it with, okay. Mix it completely with water, okay. Then you leave that glass undisturbed until the soil has settled down into different layer, okay. After the soil settles down, okay, and after remaining it undisturbed for like few moments, what you will find that the rock particles which were present in the sample of the soil, it has settled at the bottom of the glass. Why it has settled at the bottom of the glass? Because since the particles are larger, so therefore they are heavier. Understood? So these rock particles of different sizes form the different layers on the glass on the basis of their density. The heavier one, it will go down, okay. So according to the size, what you will find that at the lowermost layer, what is there? There is a gravel, okay. Just above the gravel, what you will find sand, okay. Above the sand, you will find silt, layer of silt. Above the silt, you will find layer of clay. Understood? Above that, you will find clear water, as because it has remained undisturbed, okay. So the clear water is there, and rest which are heavier than water, it has settled down according to their mass, okay. And at the topmost layer, what you will find that a layer of humus has been formed, okay. Why the humus has been formed in the topmost layer? Because since it is lighter than water, so it floats on the surface of water in the glass, okay. So from this simple activity also, you can able to find out the composition of soil and how they are settled according to their mass. Understood? Okay. Now as I said you that in a good topsoil, the gravel present in a very small amount, okay. What does it mean? It means that the main rock particle present in the topsoil are what? Sand, silt and clay. Mostly the clay, then silt, then sand, okay. Now the soils in different geographical areas, it contains different proportion of sand, clay and silt in them, okay. They also contains different amount of humus, okay. So soil from the different geographical areas, it will be different in composition, okay. So depending on its composition, wherever this amount is more, okay. Now soil, it can be classified basically into three types. Number one is a sandy soil, which contains more amount of sand. Number two is clay soil. Number three is what? It is loamy soil, okay. Number one is sandy soil. Number two is clay soil. Number three is loamy soil, okay. All this soil, it have different proportion of rock particle of different sizes, okay. So now what we will discuss about this type of soil in details one by one. As I said you, three types of soils are there: sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. Now let's discuss about sandy soil, okay. Now sandy soil, it contains mainly sand, okay. It has large spaces, it has large particles with large spaces, okay. Hardly it has got an amount of clay or silt in it, okay. Next point is that sandy soil, it contains very little humus, okay. Sandy soil, mostly where it is found in the desert areas, okay. It has got larger particles with large spaces between them, okay. What is its disadvantage? The main disadvantage of sandy soil is that it cannot hold much water, and you all know for the growth of plant, for the survival of plant, water is required, okay. So sandy soil, it is not fit for agriculture. Why? It cannot hold much air, okay, because the water, it gets drained out quickly through the large spaces between its particle, okay. So for this, the sandy soil, it dries out quickly, which is not good for the plant, okay. However, it provides good aeration. Why? Because the spaces are larger, so air, it can be trapped in between them, okay. And it since air is being trapped inside them and the particles are also larger, so it can be ploughed very easily also. Okay. Sandy soil, it is very light, it has a tendency to blow away and left bare. Okay. So sandy soil, they are most prone for the soil erosion. Okay. Sandy soil, it is lesser fertile. Okay. But if you want to increase the fertility of sandy soil, you have to add what? You have to add humus into it in the form of manure. Understood? Manure is the organic particles, okay, which contains a good amount of minerals which are added onto it, okay, for a good agriculture. Okay. Humus, it improves the water holding capacity of sandy soil and supplies it necessary plant nutrients. Okay. Now since sandy soil, it cannot hold too much water, so therefore it is non-sticky. Okay. So and since it is non-sticky, so therefore it cannot be used to make pots like that, you can say like tumbler, okay, the earthenwares, okay, bricks, toys, statues, etc. This is how sandy soil look like. Okay. Sandy soil, you can easily see the particles of the sandy soil as because it is larger. Okay. Achha, next one is the clay soil. Okay. Next type of soil that we will discuss is the clay soil. Let's see what are the properties of clay soil. Clay soil, it contains mostly clay. Okay. And as we all know that clay, it has a very small particles with very small spaces. Okay. Hardly it has got any sand or silt in it. Okay. Now clay soil, unlike the sandy soil, it also contains less humus. Okay. But if you want to increase the fertility of the soil, then you have to add it extra humus in the form of manure. Okay. Now what is the most important property of this clay soil? Just the opposite of sandy soil is that clay soil, it can hold much water. That is, it has got a good water holding capacity. Since the particles are very small, okay, so it can hold more water. Okay. And since it can hold more water, so therefore what happens is clay soil, they are sticky in nature. Okay. Now the smallness of the particles of clay soil is also a disadvantage. Why disadvantage? Because the water drains out very slowly through clay soil, which can lead to water logging of the soil and can damage the crop plant. Okay. Sometimes if too much of water is being logged in a soil, then what happens? The plant root, it undergoes anaerobic respiration. Understood it? Anaerobic respiration, which leads to the formation of alcohol, okay, which is quite harmful for the plant. Okay. Now due to the smallness, okay, of the pore, the clay soil, it is also not able to trap enough water for the roots of plant. It can hold water, but it cannot trap more air. Okay. However, the clay soil, it is rich in minerals which are good for the growth of plant. Okay. Now in terms of fertility, if you compare between clay soil and sandy soil, which one is more fertile? More fertile is clay soil rather than sandy soil. Okay. Now clay soil, it is very sticky as it has got a good water holding capacity. Now due to its sticky nature, okay, it is used for making pots, bricks, toys, statues, etc. Okay. So what we can say? We can say clay soil, it is the best soil for making pots, bricks, toys and statues. This is how clay soil looks like. Okay. Now the next most important type of soil is what? Loamy soil. What is loamy soil? Loamy soil, it is a mixture of sand, clay, silt and humus in right proportions, right? Now loamy soil, it is a mixture of large and small rock particles which impart in the desired properties. Okay. Now loamy soil, it has got a right water holding capacity for the growth of plant, not too much and not too less, exact amount of water holding capacity. Okay. The excess water, it can also drain out through it. Okay. Loamy soil, it has got adequate air spaces between its particle to hold sufficient air needed by the plant. Okay. Loamy soil, it can also be ploughed very easily, but clay soil, it is difficult for ploughing. Okay. Loamy soil, it contains enough amount of humus. So since it contains enough amount of humus, it has got a good water holding capacity, it can trap air as well. So therefore what? Loamy soil, it is the best soil for growing any kind of crop. Okay. Sometimes this loamy soil, it is also known as what? It's also known as loam. Understood? This is how the loamy soil look like. It is the best for agriculture. Okay. Now from this discussion, if the question comes that state the differences between sandy soil and clayey soil. Okay. What are the points you can cover? Number one, sandy soil, it contains mainly big rock particles, whereas clayey soil, it contains mainly fine rock particles. Okay. Number two, sandy soil, it cannot hold much water, but clayey soil, it has got very good water holding capacity. Sandy soil, it provides good aeration to the plant root, but clayey soil is not able to trap enough air for the roots of plant. Okay. Sandy soil, it is loose, light and non-sticky, whereas clayey soil, it is compact, heavy and sticky. Okay. Now, sandy soil is less fertile, whereas clayey soil, it's comparatively more fertile. So, this is all about today's discussion. I have discussed about the composition of the soil and what are the types of soil. I hope all of you have understood today's lesson. Next day we will be starting with the properties of soil. Okay, many properties are there. We will discuss each of the properties one by one. So, thank you everyone for today.